Jaedong versus Hydra ZVZ. Celebrate. Win for the swarm. Yes, plenty of Zerg sound effects on the way for this match, I'm sure. But yes, this is another potentially deciding game. This could decide Group C. It is that epic. If Jaedong loses, if Hydra wins and Jaedong loses this matchup, his best matchup, ZVZ, if he loses this, not only will he be shamed and made fun of on forums, but the group will be decided and Hydra and C will move out of this group. Can you even fathom it? I cannot fathom it. The dude does not abide. So Jaedong, you gotta fight here. It would be weird to see Hydra, not Jaedong, in the round of 8. So let's see how this ZVZ plays out. ZVZ is notorious for being wacky based on build order. You never know who's going to win. And like I've said before, Jaedong is not invincible in this matchup anymore. So here we go. Except down at the 8 o'clock position, Cerebrate is a Cerebrate in Beige, who is Hydra, named after a Hydra, obviously. So up at the 2 o'clock position is Jaedong. Okay. So, Jaedong is in red, a nice fiery color for him. Can't imagine him in any other color, so I'm glad he's red. But we are in cross positions, big map, so most likely going to see either a 12 hatch from these gentlemen or a 12 pull right into hatchery, 11 hatchery. There is a drunk man in the audience. Who has that kind of hairstyle anymore? Honestly. That's what his sign says. No one has my hairstyle. That's why I'm awesome. I'm starting to lose my hair a little bit too, but whatever. Maybe... Oh, I think he's related to Hydra. They flashed right to Hydra after that, so it might be his wonky dad, his motorcycle driving dad. Riding dad, whatever. There's a birthday cake. Actually, it's a drum, but whatever. Okay, let's get into this game a little bit. Build orders. So starting out with spawning pool first, we have Hydra, who will be at a build order disadvantage, I think. I think that was an overpull from him, if not a 9 pull. Pretty sure it was an overpull build. Actually, it might have been a 9 pull. I don't see the second Overlord coming away from the 8 o'clock position, so it might have been a 9 pull. And 12 Extractor, 11 pull for Jaedong. Going straight for that. And at the moment, Jaedong does have the build order advantage, but things could heat up and that could change very, very rapidly in the middle of the game. I've seen Jaedong lose against this type of build order before. Him going for a 12 pull, the other player going for a 9 pull. And this was a 9 pull. It was not an overpull build because the Overlord just now popped up. And let's see what Hydra's doing. Look, Hydra is actually going for the expansion right now from the 9 pull. Very interesting tech decision from him. But alright, let's see how this plays out. Neither player knows where the other is right now. And they're scouting the complete wrong directions, which I am very surprised Jaedong is not scouting right through the middle. Well, I guess now he is. Now he's going for the right position, but the expansion coming down for both. Jaedong is going to have that out sooner, because he did go for his 12 pull into 11 hatchery. Most likely a 10 hatchery, because he did throw down his extractor at the same time. But here come the Zerglings, the initial Zerglings. And Hydra does not quite know where Jaedong is, so he sent 2 groups of Zerglings out, and he's going to have to run away with the Zerglings soon enough. He finds Jaedong, so now he's going up there with his additional Zerglings. We must pump additional Zerglings. So here come the Zerglings, trying to make Jaedong believe that he has enough Zerglings to push the front by running back and forth like that, but he's got to back off until his reinforcements arrive. Jaedong knows the reinforcements are on the way, so he has secured his choke, and he is coming down with a few drones as well. Since Hydra will be able to outpump him slightly with the earlier spawning pool, but it's only a slightly earlier spawning pool, so the drones will be enough to defend this for the time being. Jaedong going to throw those drones right on the minerals, the exact right moment that the hatchery popped up. Nice game sense from him. But okay, the layers coming up for both players about the same time, so this is somewhat of a mirrored build, but I think Jaedong is going to start to push the front. He is pushing the front right now. I don't think he has quite enough Zerglings to fight back what Hydra has, but he does have the speed, gotta be able to run through. Oh man, he is going to try to break through into the main. Jaedong is so aggressive, even though he has fewer Zerglings, he's still pushing his luck here at the front, trying to snipe as many units as he can, but all losing units, so a little bit too cavalier from Jaedong, so I think he should hold his ground and not try anything like that until his Mutalisk pop. The Spire already on the way for Jaedong, now in full retreat mode. Zerglings run. Hydra has way more Zerglings, and he is going to push the front. So let's see what Jaedong does. Is he going to... Yes, he is throwing down a sunken colony. I was wondering about that, but he is going to most likely pull off some drones at the same time, because quite a few Zerglings for Hydra. Not to mention he's sniping some as he's running up to this base. Jaedong going to try to hold the high ground as long as he possibly can. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to take this engagement. No, he's not. So he's falling back to his reinforcements, is getting the surround on what Hydra has. Hydra does have reinforcements coming up the map, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make use of them now. His entire troop at the front went down, and now Jaedong has a sunken colony, so Hydra, if he commits to all Zergling, it's not going to work out very well. But he's still continuously pumping Zerglings. He does finally have a Spire coming up. That was a pretty late Spire, though. I think he waited a while, even when his lair popped up, to throw down that Spire. So it's going to be way behind Jaedong's. So Jaedong could potentially, just hover outside with a Scourge, basically. Hover over the hatcheries with Scourge. Immediately take down the Mutalisk if he wants to. So, okay, Jaedong has a Spire up. The unit's getting ready to pop. Let's see what kind of unit pop position he goes for his air army. The observers are pointing out that there is no second extractor for Hyuk just yet. Why did I say Hyuk? Hydra! Damn it. I knew it was an H word. Started with H. A Zerg I haven't seen a lot in the round of 16. Not Hyuk, Hydra. I guess they're similar in some ways, because they're both very aggressive players, but it doesn't really matter as much in ZVZ, because you have to be aggressive. But alright, Jaedong, noticing he is ahead as far as his Mutalisk go, going to try to pick off an Overlord. Does pick off an Overlord before he hightails it home, already getting an advantage there. But okay, Spire now going to pop up for Hydra, so he is going to have some air troops out, but he has to focus on getting more Overlords out, because Mutalisk, you need a lot of Overlords if you want to go Mutas. So the observers are pointing out the other Overlords are pretty safe out there in the field. Of course, if Jaedong finds that one and near the 6 o'clock position, that's going to be bad news. Bad news for Hydra. But Jaedong is on the way down, scouting all over the place with these Zerglings. He spread them out all over the map, looking for maybe a group of Mutas out in the middle. Well, he doesn't see them, so he inches forward, and now he's going to have to do some anti-Scourge micro, which he's doing right now. Very aware of the Scourge now, so he was not caught off guard. He's going to be able to pick all of them off, I think. Jaedong picking off more Scourge. Very nice anti-Scourge micro. One lands, but not a huge deal. The Mutalisk did not go down, and that's the important part. So Jaedong taking down another Overlord, and he's going to supply cap Hydra soon. Oh, Scourge land on the Mutas. But Jaedong did intercept the Zerglings group that is out in the middle of the map, so that is somewhat of an advantage from the Scourge landing. Now he's going into the natural expansion. He thinks he has enough Mutalisk to fight back the drones and the Mutas and the Scourge at the same time. Well, I guess the drones can't fight back, whatever. There are still Scourge in. Jaedong does not have his reinforcements in just yet. More Scourge land on Jaedong, so Hydra might be able to pull back and win this Muta engagement at the front. But now Jaedong, he has a sunken colony there, so he's going to be able to fight back that Zergling squad, no No problem at all. I'm not sure why Hydra committed like he did to that. I would have pulled back for him, but now Jaedong completely destroying Hydra. Wow, that's it for Hydra. He just lost all of his mutas in that engagement. Even though he landed so many Scourge, it looks like he was the later Spire was really hurting him there. Not Greater Spire, later Spire. There you go. So all the mutas dying. GG from Hydra. The group is not decided. Oh boy, that seems to be the theme of the day. And wow, we've had Flash, Jaedong, and Bisu win so far. We've got the 4 StarCraft gods playing today. Stork, Jaedong, Bisu, and Flash. And so far, 3 of them have won. Could this be a prophecy? Moving on to the 4th set.